My name is Edu Boachisapo. I'm 67 years old and a breast cancer survivor. This is my story. I'm a retiree and 67 years old. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I live a very good life, if I may say so. But I got breast cancer. For some time, I saw some lump in my breast. But I just ignored it because I didn't think it was a male kind of stuff. Until when I realized that the nipple was just going inside. And I became alarmed. My wife also insisted that, hey, go to the hospital and get yourself checked. I was even with the view that breast cancer is only with the women. So from there, I had to go to the Medimosis, which was close by clinic, and they had to check it for me, and it came out to be cancer. When I was told that the lump is cancerous, I was so much disappointed me because I never heard of a man having breast cancer. So I, I was confused, as a matter of fact. But the doctor, in a way, told me that they also have to go through some preliminary investigations to make sure that it is not. Actually, I was thinking that if even it's a lump, a medicine could be given to me to melt it. But that wasn't the case. When I went through mammogram and all the necessary tests, it was finally confirmed that it was cancer in my breast. Yes. So from there, they had to give me a referral letter to go to 37 for the next step of the treatment, for the next step of the treatment. After leaving Medimosis, I headed home, and meanwhile, my wife was even calling me all the time to find out how far have I gone through this exercise. Then I told her that I'm coming home. So when I came home, I told my wife that this is what has happened. The the saying that is cancer. But now at 37, the first point of call was to see the doctor. The doctor put me down and then also made the necessary investigations out of the referral letter and the this thing I gave him. So he also examined the lump, and he was of the opinion that it's suggesting a cancerous this thing, but he couldn't confirm it because he wanted to make sure that everything was. So she spoke to me, tried to convince me to put me at my feet, and initially he gave me some medicine to take to make sure that whatever is there doesn't spread out, because the cancer, if you don't take care of it before you realize, it has gone to every part of you. So there was a biopsy operation. So the next step was to go to chemotherapy, to have chemotherapy. So I was also taken to another place where the chemo was being done. The chemo, at the moment I went there, it was all women affair. So I was the lone ranger within the people I met over there. The chemotherapy is very, very, very awkward kind of situation that you go through. When I started it, I realized that my palm was getting black. My nails were black. My hair, I lost a lot of hair. In fact, they told me before even I went in, they told me all these things. So it wasn't anything new. So I went through it, and every part of me, I mean, the hair even on my body, I lost them all. I lost weight, hair, and all sort of things. So I kept myself out of people, especially I wasn't even going to church because people knew me, and at the moment they see me, they might ask some questions, and I wasn't ready to tell them the situation that I found myself in. So I tried. My wife was also very supportive. Anytime I go to a chemo, because after the exercise, you might not be very strong even to walk sometimes. So she was always with me. She goes with me and comes with me until it took me on my situation. They told me to do the chemo for 6 times, which means that it's a weekly basis. So it took me 6 weeks. So from there, I realized that everything was falling in place gradually. Yes. So that is how I went through the chemotherapy. After the 2 months of the chemotherapy, in fact, the chemotherapy was preparing me for the surgery. And the whole thing was that the chemo was trying to kill all the fast growing cells within the body. Yeah, because the cancer cell is a fast growing cell. And so the chemo had to deal with it. But unfortunately, the chemo doesn't know the good cell and then the bad cell. So it attacks every cell within the system. That is why it affects the fast growing cells, like good fast growing cells, that the hair, the palm, the body, and all the changes that comes along. So after finishing with the chemotherapy, yes, everything began to fall in place. And so that was in preparation for the final surgery to take off the breast and everything that is contaminated on my body. So that is how it ended before the surgery was conducted. So everything was in place, and then we did the surgery. We did the surgery. I think after some few, we prepared because it was going to cost a lot of money. So they will sit you down and then let you know exactly how much is being involved, and then you go home and then prepare for it. So I think it took me about 2 weeks to get myself prepared for the surgery. And finally, I did the surgery successfully. And to my mind, I thought everything was finished because the thing was there and they said they had to remove it. If it is removed, fine, then everything is gone. But in all these things, every stage of the exercise, I take so many, how do you call it, a scan, but laboratory tests to see the level of the growth of the cancer cell. Because they were very much particular about the cell, spreading to other parts of the body. That makes it very difficult because if it goes to other parts, then it means that you are doomed. But fortunately, the test conducted on me was just perfect. They didn't see any, extension of the cell going to any part of my body. So in reality, I thought I was out of danger at that particular time because we have successfully done the surgery, and part of my left my breast was just taking off. I woke up in the morning after the surgery, and then I saw that everything was just gone. In fact, I was a little bit disturbed because I realized that I thought they were going to take a little bit of the place, but they took all of them there from there. So I realized that part of me has been taken away. And from that time onwards, my life changed because I couldn't do things that I could do before. No strenuous activities. I didn't want even to pick anything that is heavy because the my chest has been tight. It has been tight up after they finish everything. So that is how things has been. I've not been doing what I used to do before the surgery. And now, well, they didn't tell me not to eat any food. And so it has never changed my diet in any way. The only thing is that I try to make sure that the prescribed medicine that they have given to me, I have to take it regularly until who knows. So that is how it came by. And they had to I have to continue the whole thing with radiation, which I didn't understand. But they said it was very necessary because it was going to, take care of the area where the lamp was taken, so that if there's even a leftover, of the cell, it will also kill it. So that is how it also happened. So I followed up to Kolebu for the radiation, and it took me. I had to do it 21 times, but it was a on daily basis from Monday to Friday. So I think I took about 1.5 months because on holidays they were not performing that activity. So after this exercise, I was declared cancer free. The radiation was to take care of the area where the surgery was done, to kill any unforeseen, cell that might be here. So that was the purpose of the radiation. And so that is how far I've come to. And I finished the radiation, I think it's almost 6, 8 months now. And everything has been nice with me. I'm very strong. I move on, I do everything as required of me. But I go to Kolibu for review every 3 months. And a drug has been prescribed for me to take every day. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's been part of me now. I see it as part of me now. So that is how far I have gone through the entire exercise. I can say that I'm cancer-free as I speak to you now. After surviving this breast cancer, I know that my life has changed. There is certain things that I don't do, and I try as much as possible not to get myself entangled in those kind of things. Any kind of difficult situations that maybe like lifting things and that sort of thing. Apart from that, I am very okay. I do everything accordingly. Yes. And there's one thing that I think we have to know. It's the men don't think they are prone to breast cancer. Last 2 weeks, I went to church and they were just celebrating the October. In October, they were celebrating the cancer week, the breast cancer awareness in our church. There was some kind of badge they give to the women, but they didn't give to the men. That indicated that they are not part of it. So I sat down and said, But they have to, put everything to everybody together to let them know that we are also prone to that. So, what I would like to tell my fellow Ghanaians is that, especially the men, is that we are also candidate for breast cancer, and for that matter, we should examine our breast almost every time. The little thing that they find in it, they should be very much cautious about it, because nobody knows where it comes from. I didn't know it was going to come to me, because in our youthful times, I saw that most of the boys, we got some kind of lump in our breast, and I remember in those days they would use some this thing to, So I thought it was a normal thing. Not until that I realized it has gone beyond my expectations.